Law enforcement agencies preparing for protests and potential violence in the event that former President Trump is indicted. While there's no evidence that will happen today, as Trump claimed, there are signs that prosecutors in New York are wrapping up their investigation into the hush money payment to porn star Stormy Daniels. Senior investigative reporter Aaron Katersky has the latest.
Former President Trump releasing an insult-filled statement on social media about prosecutors and Stormy Daniels after earlier making an unverified claim he would be arrested today, stemming from an investigation into a hush payment to the porn actress weeks before the 2016 election. It's not the payment, but the way Trump accounted for it that could make him the first former president to face criminal charges. The Manhattan District Attorney's Office has been investigating this for years, but in recent weeks called in former aides Kellyanne Conway and Hope Hicks, along with Michael Cohen, once Trump's fixer, who has already served federal prison time for writing the check, he says, at Trump's direction.
The facts are the facts. The truth is the truth. And the truth will always rise.
Robert Costello, a lawyer who testified for Trump and said he once advised Cohen, called him unreliable.
And I've listened to Michael Cohen stand in front of the courthouse and say things that are directly contrary to what he said to us.
On social media, Trump called for protest, and that has drawn the attention of law enforcement. Intelligence bulletins obtained by ABC News warn of a significant increase in threats and violent rhetoric and say some of Trump's most ardent supporters are still willing to fight on his behalf.
And senior investigative reporter Aaron Katersky joins me live from outside the courthouse in Manhattan, along with attorney Jeffrey Robbins for more on this. Thank you both for being on. Aaron, what's the latest? Is there any indication an indictment could come down today?
There's not, Diane. We don't believe the grand jury is even meeting today to be able to vote on whether to indict former President Trump. They're next scheduled to meet tomorrow, we believe. And so there's no indication to believe former President Trump's social media message from the weekend that this is going to be the day when he's arrested. Nonetheless, there are preparations underway. There are a lot more metal barricades around the court today. I was just inside the civil court in a different Trump-related case. There was some security issue there that delayed a hearing for about 20 minutes. So there's activity, but there's nothing firm. The city says there are no specific threats, but they are planning for different protests, and we already saw one down here today, about 15 people, so not very many. They're also planning on what a surrender of Trump would look like in conjunction with the Secret Service in the event he is indicted.
Now, Jeff, why do you think Trump claimed that he would be arrested today? Could there be a legal strategy there?
Well, I think the strategy, Diane, is to impose as much pressure from as many directions on the Manhattan DA as possible. And that includes creating a swirl of chaos, jeopardizing the sense of deliberateness and order that the Manhattan DA really needs to have occur here in order to beat back the attacks on the office for being out of control, Soros-funded, flailing around. The DA really has to present in an orderly, deliberate way, and a chaos scenario is one that hurts the Manhattan DA and, frankly, helps the former president.
Now, Aaron, many Republicans are saying the justice system is being weaponized here for political reasons. How are prosecutors responding to that?
Well, they're not directly responding because they don't believe they are weaponizing the justice system. They expect the political attacks. They're certainly not unaware of them, but they are trying, they say, to go about their business and follow the facts and the law. That's the refrain that we always hear from Manhattan District Attorney Alvin Bragg. Certainly to members of the public, some of the other criminal investigations that Trump faces related to his role on January 6th or his efforts to overturn the election in Georgia or his handling of classified material may seem like more consequential priorities, but this investigation has been ongoing for about 3 years. Why the district attorney is moving the way he is, he hasn't explained, but the case does seem close to a charging decision.
Jeff, is there any special consideration that goes into a case like this to avoid any appearance of bias?
There certainly is, Diane, and here, more perhaps than in any case in history, where there is so much withering criticism. Now we've got Republicans investigating or threatening to investigate the prosecution. You have threats of riots in the street or security issues. There is a tremendous burden on this DA to look non-biased, to look calm, to look rational, to look, as Aaron says, as though he's simply following the facts and the law, and to avoid feeding into a narrative of chaos and flailing around, which will hurt the prosecution if there is one, and help Donald Trump.
All right, Aaron Katersky, Jeffrey Robbins, thank you both.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.